What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be, and welcome back to Sword Art Online Integral Factor. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about level 55, show off the brand new banners, and I'll show you guys the secession system. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, here is the level 55 look, tops, bottoms, as well as my level 55 spear. One thing I really enjoy about this series is that the armor is a little bit more realistic feeling. I know I'm showing off like my upper thighs here for no apparent reason whatsoever, but it's not like World of Warcraft armor. It looks just a little bit more realistic and actually functional. So that's that. That is the level 55 look. If you're wondering, looking good. Very, very nice. Now, as far as the level 55 and beyond grind, it's still pretty chill. It's not, I wouldn't call it over the top yet. When you're in these zones in the 6th floor zones, there are plenty of repeatable quests to do while you're farming. So kind of the same thing I said in the last video, you definitely want to give yourself context to the grind. And what that means is while you're fighting these crabs over here, you have a repeatable quest ticking. As you can see, I have 6 out of 20 of these right here. So you got your repeatable quest ticking. You're trying to get material. Wow, great job, FG. You're trying to get materials for your next weapon and your next armor. And you're building towards the next quest and things like that. So you always want to give yourself context to your grind. That way it's not as boring because you have all of these little mini goals that you're trying to work your way towards. And that's kind of the secret there. So you have repeatable quests, you have weapons and armor that you're working towards, and then you can also do character quests as well. The character quests are located in the very first town. So there's all kinds of things that help you speed that EXP bar along. You don't want to just grind just mobs because you will lose your mind. Trust me. So that's that. Let's get away from this little area just in case you aggro me and kill me. There we go. Let's go over here next to the workshop, where we'll need to go later on in the video. Now let's jump over here to the notifications because there are some new things as well. There we go. All right. So very first thing, there is a new avatar sale. So if you want, if you want Fox armor, or not, I shouldn't say armor, Fox clothing, these are available here. And I think they did a reduced price. Yeah, it's on sale. One spin for 150 gems. And then I think the full 10 is 1,500. So there you go. Is it actually on sale? I think that's the normal price. We'll find out in a little bit. So you have all this new Fox gear if you choose to. I really want these skirts though, low key. Not for me to wear in real life, for my character, of course. And some foxtails and all that good stuff. So that is that. In addition to that, and this is something that I regret, man. The Flowery Dream Order banner is here. The rate up skill record is a two-hand axe sword skill. That throws me off a little bit. A two-hand axe skill. And when I started the game, low key, I was debating between spear and axe. I kind of wish I would have went axe instead. But I'm sure there will be a spear banner eventually. So that is that. If we go back and look at the actual store here, rare order. So right now we have that two-hand axe skill up, or rate up, I should say, the regular celebration one, and then the rapier one. So we have those 3 going on at the same time. And I want to check this really quick to see the prices. 1,500. Okay, it's always 1,500. So it's not on sale. Don't listen to FG. I don't plan on buying any of these unless they're like something like really, really cool. But the foxes and the butlers and the white day, not up my alley. So that's that. So those are the updates, the level 55 stuff. So let's talk about the secession system. Now, don't feel bad if you have kind of ignored this system up until this point. It's not really a deal breaker at lower levels, but once you start getting higher and higher up in the levels, you want to make sure you have every advantage that you can possibly have. And I'm at the wrong, it's not the workshop, it's the blacksmith. It's the blacksmith. This video, man, this is quality. All right, let's go over here to the blacksmith, and I'll show you the secession system. So we'll go to equipment. Now, I just made my brand new level 55 gear. Now, basically what happens when you craft gear in this game, and you probably have already noticed, there is an RNG chance that you will get additional stats. So HP, defense, etc. at an RNG chance. You can craft a piece of gear and get nothing, or you can get like 3 things. It just all depends. I would not recommend trying to recraft armor just to get a better RNG set. It's just not worth it. You might as well just take whatever you get and continue on. However, if you do get something really, really nice, and I'll give you an example here. This is my old spear that I was just using. This spear, for example, actually has 3 different stats here: HP bonus, defense bonus, and then another HP bonus. So I can actually take the stats from my old weapon and apply it to my new weapon. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. I'll just take the HP bonus just for giggles. So I'll do that. Here is my current weapon here, and as you can see, the only RNG bonus that I received for my current weapon was an HP bonus. But now I can add that HP bonus from my previous weapon and push it onto my new weapon. It costs a little bit of gold, 6,000 gold, but like I said, at the higher levels, I think it's worth it to get every advantage you possibly can. And here you go. That is the material, that is the stat I'm taking, and that is the destination gear. Click OK, and there you go. And you can do the same thing for armor as well. So here, only 180, but the pricing scales as well. So we're not going to use that one. We're going to do with the HP 400. So select material. I'm going to go for my new chainmail leggings. As you can see, I have 2 defense stat bonuses that I received. I have an open slot there. We'll go ahead and do it. That's the old gear. That's the new gear. And put that on there. And like I said, don't feel bad if you've kind of neglected this system up until this point. I don't think it's a deal breaker. It just, you know, like I said, you want to get every advantage you possibly can once you start getting higher and higher in level. And there you go. We'll just add 360 HP. And that's kind of as far, I'm not worried about these little like 8 and 2 and 180. I'm not worried about that. So that is that. That is a secession system. So that is that. Transformation we'll show you in a future video. So that will do it. So once again, guys, this is Sword Art Online. This is actually a pretty good game. I've been really enjoying it. As far as now that the honeymoon stage is over, I can kind of really analyze the game, and I'd say that it's cool. I'm worried about the future, however. If they plan on adding 10 levels every floor, that could get a little grinding. It can get a little out of hand. We'll see if they decide to add floors and skip levels. I think that would be a good idea, but at the end of the day, this game is at the same exact rate as JP, so nobody really knows what the future holds for this game when it comes to that kind of thing. In addition to that, great. Well, it's time for me to turn this video off because my Android nighttime mode just came on, just like last video. I normally play this game at night, so that is why. All right, so I turned my nighttime mode off. Sorry about that. I gotta remember before I record at night to make sure that my night light will not turn on. So with all that being said, let me kind of wrap up my thoughts of what I was talking about here. So I worry about the future when it comes to adding more floors. I hope they don't just continually add 10 floors or 10 levels every single floor. I think after a while it'll just get a little too much because the only thing that you would have to look forward to is this big massive grind and replacing all of your armor. So I hope that isn't the case. One thing that I plan on doing here while floor 6 is the max level floor is that I plan to get level 60 gear and I plan to just deck it out. Like I plan on basically taking the weapons and the armor and then refining them and leveling up, transforming them if I can, just to make them as powerful as possible. And like I said, I don't know if this will work, but my thought process is that if I get my level 60 gear decked out, by the time the next 10 levels come, so by the time level 65 and 70 come out, maybe I can skip a tier is my thought process. I'm not sure, but that's the idea. And really, while the floor 6 is here and there's no floors above this, what else should I be doing, right? That's really the only thing I can do is power up my existing gear. And like I said, hope that it allows me to bypass a little bit of the grind for the next floor. If that's the case, maybe it'll be okay. But like I said, I'm still kind of worried about that a little bit. All right, so I think that'll do it. I think we've kind of covered everything. I'm gonna do one last thing. We're gonna head on over to, we're gonna attempt to do, at level 55, I just got all my brand new gear. I can't go that way. I came all the way over here. I don't think there's a way I can go. No, that's not a way I can go that way. Womp womp. So what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to beat the last floor of the Mad Gibbon. Now that I'm level 55, I wonder how hard it is to do solo. So there's 2 stages on the Mad Gibbon that I haven't done just yet. And I forgot the names of them. I know one's called Special, and there's one before that. And I just want to see how powerful I am towards it. I have a pretty decent advantage because I think his weakness is spear. So, good for me. But I still want my axe, man. I want my axe. Oh, good. And I forgot to even unlock this. Pro once again. So there we go. Unlock that. Teleport myself up all the way down to floor 1. Now, when it comes to floor 6, I can actually go and fight the boss right now, but there is no way that I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure I have my level 60 gear first before I try to fight the floor 6 boss, because the floor 5 boss, when I fought it, it was a little ridiculous. It was a little bit ridiculous, and I want to make sure that I'm powerful enough to beat these bosses at the appropriate time, because I think I fought the 5th floor boss a little too early, and it took forever. Alright, so this is where we'll end it. Let's try it. This hunting event, and like I said, you do this hunting event and you get yourself medals, and those medals you can turn in for materials, which will definitely help speed you along as far as leveling up your next gear. How loud? Alright, just make sure that wasn't too loud. I got invited to a party. I don't know why. Alright, let's see how hard this is. We might not do it in this entire video. I might just test it out, test the waters out. Oh, whoa. He has new moves. He definitely has new moves. So I can definitely beat this. It's probably not super efficient to do by myself, but I can definitely beat this. Let's see if he does anything else new. That is the same thing that he does before. I was going to say the reason why I'm not doing my special attacks is because I want to make sure that they don't miss, and then I just missed. And then I missed again. Pro gameplay here, by the way. There we go. Yeah, he can go down pretty easy. But if you have some friends, definitely just bring them along and have them do this with you. Oh, really? I still got hit by that? Oh, he doesn't do any damage. He barely does any damage. Now, he has like an enrage mode, so he eventually gets really strong, but pretty easy. Look at him, he's stuck. And there's plenty of mushrooms around as well. Right now, my partner is using like a level 35 weapon. I've been really neglecting her. But in the future, I'll definitely get her a level 60. That's another thing you can do. Like I said, since we're maxed out at floor 6, there's plenty of time to min-max your kit and your partner. Go over here, and I think that's the reason why, like, she doesn't do bleeds anymore. Like, she used to do bleeds earlier levels, but now she doesn't bleed as much as she used to. I don't know why. Now I assume it's just because that her weapon levels have kind of fallen behind. Maybe the enemies resist lower tier weapons more often. All right. That took a little while, but it wasn't too bad. It was a pretty easy fight. Got 19 medals for doing that. So, like I said, you definitely want to bring some friends in here. That way you can get that done considerably faster. All right, and then for the last part of this video, I know I already said the last part of this video was supposed to be that, but we got one more last part of the video right here. So let's run on over to the Merchant District, and I'll show you what to do with those medals as you kill that boss there. Over here to the Merchant District. And this trader chick right here. So if you talk to her, she will give you a list of items that you can use to trade your medals for. There it is. Available until 410. And here you have it. So what I'm going to do, like I haven't really transformed any of my equipment just yet. There's also some release crystals, and there's also some martial arts techs, which I believe that is what you use if you want to, what am I looking for? Level up weapons without having to actually grind them out. I'm not sure how much they give you per book, but that is absolutely an option. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy more of these Glare Dragon Stones. There's 15 available. Just hit auto select. It'll buy the maximum amount you can. And now, as you can see, there's only 45 left. So by April the 10th, you want to make sure that you clear out the shop as much as you possibly can. So I don't know. I mean, it really depends on how you can do it. If you have a bunch of friends that you can kind of grind those out together, that might be easier. Or if you're kind of a solo player, it might be easier to get up to level 60 first, get all the great gear, and then go and solo it. Because that'll make sure that you go through it as fast as possible. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. And I'll report back to show you how fast it is once you get level 60 gear. So that will do it. Once again, guys, my name is FG3000. This is Sword Art Online Integral Factor, and I will see you guys next video. Later.